You know, what I find one of the hardest things in life is going against the expectations of the majority of people in your world. Now, you'll find this if you're on a path to purpose, or you'll find this if you're on some sort of awakening process in your life, where the road you're going down doesn't necessarily make the most rational sense to other people or even to yourself, but you kind of know because you're being guided by more than just your head, right? It's this knowing versus knowing. So there's two types of knowing, supposedly. Knowing, if I asked you, okay, what does knowing mean? What would you say? For a lot of people, they say, well, it's truth. It's evidence. It's scientific, evidence. Mathematical problems. Like things that have been studied through time. It's like clinical trials, like, we study this and this and this, and we observe this, and we get to this. And we know that to be true. We know it. We know it because the scientists said it. We know it because, your mom said it. We know it because my teacher said it. But there's this other kind of knowing that happens, and it's something you can't really put a finger on necessarily, and it's this intuitive knowing. So there's knowing, what we think is knowing, and then there's knowing. But how do we really know? How do you really know when you get that gut feeling, like if you meet somebody, you just know they're like not a good person? How do you know that? How does your gut know that? Well, they say the gut is our second brain, right? We have all these little microbes in there that are doing their thing. So that's why it's important to take care of our gut health, to not deplete our second brain health there, because it can lead to a lot of things. It can lead to depression, anxiety, and mental illness, things like that. Definitely affect us. But think about it. How do we get that little bit of knowing? And why don't we trust it? Why do we trust this, the evidence, over this, when this is ingrained in us? It's all training. It's all because we've been taught that this is the only knowing we should pay attention to, that this is the only knowing we should pay attention to, that this is only beating and keeping us alive and it's doing nothing else. The heart is doing nothing else. We're just a machine, right? If something doesn't work, we'll replace it. So, while I have high respect for modern medicine, there's also that other piece that a lot of people deny because they think if you can't see it, if it hasn't been studied, then it's not real. It's like Chinese medicine, acupuncture, used to be considered pseudoscience, quackery. A lot of people still consider it quackery because you can't see it, you can't really study energy, like energy medicine is a load of crap, right? Well, we're all energy. Everything around us is energy. So it's us thinking on that individual basis, again, coming from the ego and coming just from here and not from here. But you all know that when you meet somebody or when you walk into a location or when you see a puppy, that something happens in this region. So if this is just a beating thing, what's that thing that happens when you see a cute puppy or cute baby maybe? Is it all coming from here? No, it's a feeling, right? Well, feelings are connected to the brain, but there's something that happens on a physiological basis in the rest of your body. Okay, brain's sending signals. Okay. But what is that signal you get, that knowing you get, like right away when you meet somebody? Like, how do you just know somebody's not a good person, or somebody has bad vibes, or a house is, you pick up on chilly things in your world? Can that all come from the brain? Maybe. But is there more to it? So there's knowing and there's intuitive knowing. So if you live your life only here, you could get by if you deny all your gut feelings, but you may make some decisions that you might regret later on. But if you live your life from here and here, then you're going to be a more well-rounded person. You're going to be able to go through life not only honestly, but intuitively, and you're going to make decisions that are better for you as an individual person, for your most aligned self. Not for other people, but for your most aligned self. And why is that important? It's important because it's important. I want you to be happy. And maybe you want me to be happy. We all want to be happy. That seems to be the goal in life. Why we do what we do, why we try to achieve things in life, not only for attention, but what does attention give us? It gives us something that we feel that we're lacking. It gives us a feeling of contentment, of happiness. It feels good. It feels good, not only here, but here, right? It makes our heart feel good. Why do we get in relationships with people? Not just because we're like robotic and we feel like, okay, must make baby, get in relationship, whatever. For connection, heart-to-heart connection. Head-to-head connection, okay, it's like talking, I don't know, let's talk math problems with each other or something. Sure, we can share our smarts with each other, but there's something that happens when we look into each other's eyes and we feel something. We feel chemistry, or we feel some kind of connection with somebody else. That's coming from here. That's not only coming from here. So that is what they call in Chinese medicine the Shen, or bringing the Shen down, which is basically our connection to everything in life, the universe. It's our, you could call it our spirit, but if you don't like that word, because it's too woo-woo for you, you could call it your presence in life. You can tell when somebody is not home, right? If you look into somebody's eyes and they're not home, their Shen has left the building, it flew away. But you can tell when somebody is present with you. You can tell when somebody is listening to you. That is you in the present moment. So, anyway, knowing versus knowing. You don't have to live your life only from here, okay? You can live your life from here as well, because after all, we are human beings and we live in a society and we have to get along. Try to, at least. So here and here, not just here, okay? Follow this more. Not only this and this. The connection is going to make you a better person. Anyway, that's it for me today. Subscribe. I put out new videos every single week for you on personal development, self-cultivation, Chinese medicine, all kinds of good stuff. Have a great day and peace out.